Giving birth to our dreams. How many have dreams? We all have dreams. Look to your neighbor and tell him, I have dreams. I have dreams that I dreamt. I have dreams that are fulfilled. Tell him, I have dreams that are yet to be fulfilled. You see, our world is a big world. And as I got the opportunity to travel around the world, I realized that our world is made up of our dreams. Human beings dreaming dreams that they dreamt in the night, that came to them in the night, and they lived out in the day. I want to tell you a story about a young man that after I spoke at a speaking engagement at a school, the young kid came up to me, and he came up pretty much to my knees. And he looked up at me and he said, Mr. Thompson, when I get older, I want to be able to dunk the basketball. And I looked at him, and I'm telling you, this guy's chances of being tall enough to dunk the ball is really not, he didn't have much chance. But I looked down at him, and I said, if you want to dunk the basketball when you get older, if that's your dream, then one day you'll be able to do it. But I went on to tell him, I said, you have to work hard. You have to strengthen your legs. And the last thing I said to him is I said, you have to believe that you'll be able to dunk the ball. And the reason why I was able to say that to him, because when I was in the NBA, I knew of a young man by the name of Spud Webb. He was not much taller than this young kid that came up to me. And Spud Webb entered the dunk contest. And not only did he enter the dunk contest, his dream was to win the dunk contest. And despite the fact that all of us players, NBA players, did not believe it was possible for Spud to win the dunk contest, he went on to win the dunk contest because he believed that he could, despite the fact that we believed that it wasn't possible for him to do it. That's what enabled me to tell this young kid, hey, it is possible, though you're short, very short, to be able to dunk one day. When I was young, I was able to have parents that believed in me, that helped me live my dreams. I remember asking my dad, I said, Father, I want to play basketball. He said, no problem. He took me to the courts. He had a basketball. He threw it out, and he worked with me when I was a kid. I remember telling my dad, I said, Dad, I like to play football. He said, no problem. He took me to the field, and he threw the football with me. He helped me reach my dream because he helped me believe in my dream enough to get started in my dream. As I realized that this world is filled with people, 7 billion people, the scientists that study dreams, the ornithologists, they tell us that each person has from 3 to 4 dreams a night. So that means the next morning when all of those people wake up, there's a possibility of 28 billion dreams that are able to be brought into the world. And when you look at 28 billion people with the possibility, 7 billion people with the possibility of 28 billion dreams, you realize that the world that we live in was meant to be filled with our dreams. And I go around telling people, listen, you matter. Your dream matters. Because if not, then we would not be wired to dream dreams. We all procreate. There's 7+ billion people, and they are continuing to bring forth children. So why not continue to bring forth dreams? I believe that we are wired to continue to bring forth dreams, to give birth to our dreams, just like we give birth to children. Because everything that we know is real, everything that we see was made of a dream, of a thought. It's amazing how a thought can become a thing. And we see it all the time, all around us. And when we see that there's such a big world and we're a part of it, why not give birth to your dreams? I remember telling John Sally, one of the former Heat players, who wasn't really doing well in a game, and he just was down, and he had no faith, no confidence. And I was in the tunnel before he went out for the halftime, after halftime, and I said to John, John, what are you doing, man? You have been gifted with a talent. You are living your dream. Just because you're not where you are right now in the league and doing what you know that you can do doesn't mean that you can't. And I began to take him back to his story. His story was that his aunt was pushing him to be a great basketball player. His aunt believed in him. And for some reason, because the obstacles, the things around him began to crush his faith, he just was losing faith to even continue to play. He was even thinking about not playing as I talked to him before the game. But I said to him, your aunt pushed you. She believed in you. You need to go out there and do what she knew that you were able to do. She believed in your dream. It brought you this far. Don't give up on your dream. And he went out and had one of the best games that he ever had while a Miami Heat player. So I was glad to be a part of motivating him to believe his dream. We all know about Martin Luther King. Well, Martin Luther King dreamed a dream, but he didn't just dream a dream. Though he was a dreamer, he became a dream liver. And it's so important that we realize that these dreams that have been given to us are not just for us. Yes, they benefit us initially, but in the long run, those dreams benefit hundreds and thousands of people around the world. And that's what we see when we see a man named Martin Luther King who was speaking on the White House lawn, and he was the last speaker of the March on Washington. And there was a woman by the name of Mahalia Jackson. She screamed out amongst the people. She was sitting up there with all the other guest speakers and dignitaries, and she said, Martin, tell them about the dream. Tell them about the dream you told me. So he began to change his message, and he spoke on the dream speech that is so famous today. We all quote it, we all talk about it. To this day, it still is a thing that strengthens and keeps this nation on track to care for one another. But guess what? He was somewhere telling Mahalia Jackson and some people about his dream. He was sharing his dream. Dreams are meant to be shared. They're meant to be birthed. And when you share those dreams, there are people around us, little that we know, people around us that are waiting to help us reach our dream. You'll be surprised of all the people that are positioned around you waiting just to hear your dream so that they can jump in and participate. Thank you.